12.2, Solving Rate Problems. The objectives: to provide practice using a rate table to record rate information, and to provide practice solving rate problems. Let's do some mental math and reflexes first. Each bunch of balloons costs $6. What is the cost of 2 bunches? Again, we're multiplying. 6 times 2 is 12. So 3 bunches, 6 times 3 is 18. 5 bunches, 6 times 5, 30. Cassia types 60 words per minute. At that rate, how many words can she type in 7 minutes? Well, 7 times 6 is 42, and then add 1 0, so 420 words. 80 minutes? Well, 6 times 8 is 48, 2 zeros, 4,800. And 400 minutes. 6 times 4 is 24, 3 zeros now, 24,000 words. Hay walks 2.2 miles per hour. At that rate, how many hours will it take her to travel 13.2 miles? Now you might have to get out a calculator or get a pen and pencil to figure these out. Pause it and do that now before you look at the answers. So 13.2 miles, 6 hours. To do 15.4 miles, 7 hours. And to do 52.8 miles, 24 hours. Let's look at the problems below. It says there are 6 packages is 3 times as much as 2 packages. So we drew here 2 packages of batteries. And if there's 3 times as much, that means we're multiplying by 3. So $3 times 1, 2, 3 is $9. Or you can use repeated addition and go 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. So if 2 packages cost $3 and 1 package cost half as much, so half of $3 is $1.50. 6 packages cost 6 times as much as 1 package. So again, 6 times $1.50 equals $9. In this lesson, you will use rate tables to help you organize information in rate problems. So, look at the table, and I want us to fill it in together. So, if 2 packages cost $3, how can I find the cost of 1 package? Good. I divide 3 by 2. I cut it in half. How can we find the cost of 3 packages? Good. We're going to multiply the cost of 1 package by 3. So 3 times $1.50 equals $4.50. Or we could add the cost of 1 package to the cost of 2 packages for 3 plus $1.50 equals $4.50. How can you find the cost of 8 packages? Multiply the cost of 2 packages by 4. So 4 times $3 equals $12. So look at this example. Mr. Rankin sews buttons on shirts. He sewed 9 buttons in 27 minutes. At that rate, how many buttons did he sew after 15 minutes? Make a rate table and enter the given rate. So 9 buttons is 27 minutes. Hopefully you're noticing that means that each button, 9 times what would give me 27? Well, times 3. So each button takes 3 minutes. So 8 times 3 is 24. 7 times 3 is 21. 6 times 3 would be 18. 5 times 3 would be 15. 4 times 3, 12. Sorry about my numbers, again writing with this pen. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6. And 1 button would take 3 minutes. Number 2, fill in the rest of the cells in the rate table. Fill in the cell for 1 button first. This is called the unit rate. So it's unit because 1 button takes 3 minutes. So that was 1 unit. Then we fill in the other cells like I did above. And basically all we're doing is checking our answers to make sure we did it correctly. And we did. A building has a height of 60 feet. If each story is 12 feet high, how many stories does the building have? Well, if each story is 12, I would look at how does 12 become 60? By multiplying by 5. So each story is 5 foot. Excuse me on that. If each story is 12 feet, how many stories does it have? Each building that has a height of 60 feet has 5 stories. DeAndre receives $4 per week as an allowance. If he saves all his money, how much will he have after a year? Well, if he receives $4 in a week, so this would be money or allowance. Sorry, my handwriting again. And this would be weeks. Well, yes, we could break this down, and we could say in 1 week he receives $4. Well, how much does he receive in a year? Well, there's 52 weeks in a year. We multiply that by 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20. So how much would he receive in a year? $208. In 1 week, Jill mowed 12 lawns and made $72. If she charged each customer the same amount, how much did she charge per lawn? Well, what I would do is I would say I have a total of $72. And if I want to figure out how much I charged each one, I divide it by the number of lawns I did, which would be 12. So let's do a little math. Can 12 go into 7? No. Can 12 go into 72? Yes. Go into 72 6 times. Multiply back. 12. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry a 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. I subtract. I bring down a 0. I divide again. 0 divided by 12 is 0. So I bring down again 0. So 0 divided by 12 is 0. I put my decimal in. I charge $6 for each lawn that I mowed. So the given rate is 72 per 12 lawns is not a unit rate. Division is needed to find the unit rate. 72 divided by 12 equals $6 per lawn. How much had she earned after she mowed 4 lawns? $24, because the rate is $6 per lawn. So I go 4 times 6 is 24. Or you could do repeated addition. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, because of the 4 lawns I mowed, equals the $24. Now you're going to go and look at rate tables in lesson 12-2. Again, it's showing you that Bill's new car can travel about 35 miles on 1 gallon of gasoline. 35 for 1. So how far can he go on 2? Well, 1 times 35 is 35. What's 2 times 35? 70 miles he could go. Well, 3 times 35. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry a 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 105 miles. Same thing. Now when you come down here, we have $8 in 4 hours. We'll figure out how many can I learn in half the amount. Well, 4 and half is 2. 8 and half is $4. Hopefully you're seeing a pattern. 4 becomes something is 8. These should be even numbers up here. So $2 in 1 hour, $4 in 2 hours, $6 in 3 hours, and so on. Again, the gray whale's heart rate is 24 beats in 3 minutes. How does 3 become 24? Times 8. 2 times 8, 16. 1 times 8, 8. You just got to figure out what that unit rate is. And the last one, if 3 is $1.80, well, I can't cut it in half, but I do know that whatever I took by and multiplied 3 by gave me $1.80, and I know that's 60. So 1 times 60 is 60. 2 times 60 is $1.20. Finish this page and then check it in the answer key. Again, continue on with the tables. I'll help you out with the first one. So if 6 is $15, find that halfway mark. Half of 3 is going to be $7.50. Alright, if I add $1 for 4, well, that means $8.50. 5 would be $9.50. $1. That doesn't work. If I add $2, well, that'd be $9.50. And then that'd be $11.50. Still not enough. But if I add $2.50, this would equal even 10. Plus 250 would equal $12.50. Plus 250 would equal 15. Now I'm on the right track. Finish this page and correct it in the answer key. Again, I'm going to help you the first couple down here. If 3/4 of a pound equals $6, and I have two numbers before this, I have to think, well, what is a fourth? A fourth would equal $2, because 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. So now I did it right. So now all I'm going to be doing is basically counting up by 2s. The last thing you're going to do is study link 2, which is rates. Please be sure to do the practice on the bottom.